Yogi Bhajan, who I studied with, when he came to America, many young people, particularly, were using a lot of drugs and a lot of psychedelics at the time. And the first thing that he said, though, was that drugs are a drag. He himself was fascinated to see how people would leave their drugs and start to use Kundalini yoga as an alternative way to feel high and to feel good. He knew what was coming. He understood what was coming, and he was planting the seeds of the onslaught of the real use of drugs and the popularity of yoga. Because back then nobody was using yoga or talking about it. And so actually this was really the birth of SuperHealth. And I was living on another part of the country in Arizona at the time, and I heard of this work. And being quite clueless about it, I thought, oh, okay, this is work worth doing. Maybe I'll do this. I'll work with drug abusers. And again, I had no formal training. I had no real experience. But I thought, okay, let's do this. To me, it's like having, any kind of addiction. It's kind of like having gum on your shoe. When you have a piece of gum on your shoe, it's so annoying, and you just want to just scrape it off and be free and walk.
Yeah.
Just do it. I really don't know how I kind of took this on. I don't think I, in the past, was some heavy drug dealer or had a lot of heavy karma. It doesn't ring true to me. But I don't know. I really don't. And like I said, at that point, when I started, I wasn't professionally trained. I mean, since then, I've had to, get my licenses and degrees. But at the time, I wasn't. And I think it was just something just a karmic thing, and maybe something that I just took on as a mantle of a sliver of the teachings, which are very vast, but it happens to be very big sliver and very important and relevant to the times now. And maybe that I would just keep it going and I wouldn't drop it.
But it, because the thing is that from the moment that you started talking, you were talking about the thoughts that addicts have, that it becomes so automatic. Like there's so many different things that it can come up at all times. And like when someone quits, then it becomes something that they can't have and almost becomes, oh, I want it. And it becomes like in their thought process again and again and again. That's why I was so interested in your work, because it's like, what can we do to begin to change the thought pattern away from that? So what is your vision for all of this as you move forward?
My vision is to affect public opinion about the use of substances, to give even medical people alternatives, first and foremost.
In order for this to be accepted, in order for people to begin to look at alternative different healing therapies, we had talked about it earlier that often you have to have science to back it up.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you feel like is that journey with science backing up the yoga, especially on the using yoga for the addictions?
Right. Yeah. Ultimately, research is important. And for years, it never happened. However, now it is starting to happen, and many of the kriyas and meditations have been well documented. And there's a Dr. Satbir Singh, Khalsa, out of Harvard. And he is like the forward thinker for yogic research. And the thing like Kirtan Kriya that we talked about today, that's fully researched by the Alzheimer's Foundation for improved memory and as a de-stressor. So, and there are many other kriyas that are beginning to get fully researched.
That's amazing.
Through science, yes. In fact, we went to, one of the directives that I got was to go to India Yogi Bhajan arranged with the Punjab government in India to do a collaborative effort with SuperHealth and the Amritsar Mental Health Hospital. We have a research paper published. It's on the Journal of Ethnicity of Substance Abuse. And we even have that available on our website. So things are happening. Slowly, things are happening. Certainly, the need for it is there. And some very qualified people are taking that on.
I just really want to turn people on to the work that you're doing. And again, it's super-health.net.
Super-health.net. We also have training available, an 8-day training available for yoga teachers, and others are welcome as well. But particularly yoga teachers are very important because they are on the front line and they see many, many people. And many people are interested and have this quest.
Well, thank you again for all the work that you do. It was a pleasure these past 3 days and obviously talking to you today. So thank you again for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
I appreciate it.